Hello and welcome to Mitch's very safe car book reviews. I'm going to read this book aloud to you and we will review it. Just kidding. I've already read the book. I read it a while ago and it's don't let the size of the book deceive you. Don't let the size deceive you. That's what I tell the ladies, but they seem to still be disappointed with the 2-minute afterwards. That would be more like a pamphlet. This is a bit more than a pamphlet. This is a good little read. I've broken it down into 2 simple little keys, 2 little things that if you follow, you will extract the most amount of goodness and wisdom from, wow, that's really fucking shaky, isn't it? Can you handle the shakes? I'm just gonna hold it like this, hey? What do you think, Prince? Just hold it, is that safe? Okay, so step number 1. Find out what goal inspires you. If you want to play the guitar, if you want to be an entrepreneur and do drop shipping, if you want to read a book a day, if you want to train your dog, if you want to do all these different little things, it's about choosing the goal that is fit for you. If you go in to buy, I'm just going to remove this. If you go in to buy a dog, let's say a Belgian Malinois, like a fucking psycho working dog, and you're an old grandma, and you say, yeah, can I get a Belgian Malinois, please? What do you think is going to happen? Is the old grandma's lifestyle congruent with the goal of having a crazy psycho working dog? No, it's not. So the grandma is not going to go into a dip, like a curve. The grandma is going to go into off a fucking cliff, right? So the dip, right? If you can imagine a little curve, right? So the dip, his theory, Seth Godin, the marketing guru's theory, is that if you're pursuing a goal, there's going to be a dip, whether it's in business, whether it's in health, whether it's in your mental quest, whether it's in a spiritual journey, whatever it is, there's going to be a bit of a dip. The reason for this is that it's very easy to acquire the fundamental basics of a skill. If you want to learn how to swim, it doesn't take that long, a few sessions in the pool, you can tread water, you can do a doggy paddle, okay, cool. But going from learning how to swim to winning a gold medal is going to take a fuckload of effort and time. So the dip occurs because we learn the basics, we think we're amazing, Dunning-Kruger effect, look it up, and then, not as good as I thought, there's way more people out there that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, and it actually is going to take a lot more time, a lot more effort, a lot more money, a lot more resources, and consume a lot more of my mental space than I had planned and thought out. So, in order to overcome this dip, was figuring out, okay, what's a goal that's actually going to create a curve that I can handle, because I don't just want to start a goal that's futile and that's a waste of time, basically. Like, you want to, if your goal is to break the Guinness World Record for walking up a flight of stairs on a handstand, and someone who's already done it has done 10 stories of stairs, and you don't even have the strength to do a pull-up. It's like, is that a worthy goal for you? Okay, are you willing to dedicate literally the rest of your life to doing handstand push-ups? If the answer is no, then that's not the goal for you. So you got to be realistic with the goals you have for yourself. No matter how big the dip is, doesn't mean you're going to get through it, and it doesn't mean it's going to be worth pushing through it. So that's step number 1. Make sure the goal that you have is aligned with what you really, truly, intrinsically, the authentic you would like to achieve. The second part of that is if it's in business. So this book is more about business and marketing. The second part of that is, okay, am I being realistic with my strategy for the goal? Because just because you have a goal does not mean you need to follow a strict path that maybe someone else has followed before you. So if you want to be a gold medalist and you look at all the gold medalists that won gold medals, they started when they were 10 years old, and if you don't start by the time you're 10 years old, then you'll never get a gold medal, and that's it. Just because the path is not yet been written and the path is not yet lit up does not mean that you cannot achieve it. So that's why I go back to number one. There's another dog in that car. That's why you go back to step number one, is like, does this goal really fucking light me up? And I'm not just saying, oh, I want to have a super yacht, I want to have a Ferrari, I want to have a big house, it's like, that's like, no, you got to be like willing to fucking like bleed and sweat for it and just grind and just like, I'll do whatever it takes, pay whatever price, travel whatever distance to fucking get this and achieve this goal. It's like, are you that, ride or die into your goal? Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. You have that goal. Okay. Now be aware of the strategy that you're doing. Don't get pighead and stuck in a single way that needs to be done. When you actually love a goal, when you're inspired by it, your mind automatically is going to plan out the future obstacles ahead, and it's going to map out the best strategy for you to use that's going to be the most effective and efficient way. And you just don't stop. You just keep adapting and changing and asking for help and looking at it from different angles and trying new ways. And it's like, the outcome is the most important. Don't get stuck in the strategy that you need to use. Oh, okay, cool. Step number one, achieved. Step number two, there's going to be a dip. Oh my God. Okay, so if you've done step number one correctly, then we know that we're going to stick to this. We know, because we've planned it out, this goal. Oh my God, it's so inspiring to me. I want to travel the world and write books and expand human consciousness throughout the galaxy. And my love is spread throughout the stars, and my wisdom is the foundation of the future. I'm going to read books every day. I'm going to post YouTube videos. I'm going to do podcasts. I'm going to work with clients. I'm going to do lots of mindset work on myself. Yeah, cool. All right, you've got your own goal. Now, the reality check of, mate, things are going to get fucking a bit rough for a bit. Now, I don't really like the concept of the dip. He makes it sound like, oh, there's a little dip at the start, and then once you get through the dip, then you're all good. Okay. Your goals are, fuck me, it's so busy tonight. It's good weather, eh? I'm just going to dog school. Aren't we, Prince? Hey? Park on the other side of the road, I guess. I'll park down here. Go for the greed. Go right in the car park. I visualize someone leaving as I'm coming in. So yeah, dude, there's a fucking car park right there. I told you. You go for the greed, mate. The greed never fails. There's lots of car parks in here. Okay, so yeah, if you've done step one correctly, the rest of the shit in the book is kind of irrelevant. There was a really cool thing where it's like, if you're going to do a goal, it's like predetermine the parameters for you to predetermine the parameters that you're going to quit under. So if you're going to start a business and you're like, okay, I have 100 grand in the bank. If I literally, in the next 3 months, I don't make a single cent, then I'm going to quit. Then you have parameters. You get 3 months, you go, okay, I tried my best. It wasn't for me, bang. Then you can quit. Don't quit whilst you're in the dip. If you quit while you're in the dip, you've fucking lost all your work, right? So that's a pretty cool concept that I liked in the book. What are some other things that I liked in the book? What do you think, Prince? You ready to do dog school, eh? I think that's pretty much it. It's like, yeah, what I was saying before I got cut off with all the cars, it's like, there is constant dips all throughout your journey. So you'll have a period of growth, and then you'll dip down, and then you'll go next level, and you'll transcend, and you'll go through the my old mentor used to say you get through the gliding phase where you're like a rocket ship and you hit the atmosphere and then you'll hit another newer sphere and you'll start getting really hard again. So that's the dip. Prince, what can they do? Subscribe.